YouTube? My name is Mike Smith, and I thought I'd do something a little different today. Instead of reviewing a movie, today I'd like to talk about the Emmys that were on the other night. So the 63rd Annual Primetime Emmys aired on Sunday night, and I thought I'd talk about them for a while. Basically, just a little history. I've been watching the Emmys. I mean, I've watched a lot of award shows in my time, and I think they're sort of silly. They're a little... Obviously, they're a little pretentious, the actors congratulating themselves on a job well done, whatever. But I admit that I like them. I like award shows. I like watching them. And I like getting frustrated because they're always wrong. It seems to me that whatever I want to win a certain award, very rarely happens. I mean, I've been watching the Emmys for several years now. I think my favorite was when Conan O'Brien hosted a few years ago, because that was pretty awesome. The awards aren't even that important to me. It's just the actual show itself, how the show presents itself. Now, so my favorite was when Conan O'Brien hosted, but I also loved when Jimmy Fallon hosted last year. I thought he did a great job. That opening number, the Born to Run thing, fantastic. I loved that. But there have been off years, too. I remember when Ryan Seacrest hosted, that was pretty rough. And then the year after that, when it was 5 reality show hosts. One of the worst award shows I've ever seen. So this year we had Jane Lynch hosting. Jane Lynch, you may know as Sue Sylvester from Glee, which I don't watch Glee anymore. I did for like the first season, and then I just kind of stopped because I was kind of bored of it. But, she's funny on that show, and of course she's on The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Talladega Nights, Role Model. She's in a lot of movies, and she is a very funny person, so, my trajectory was, I didn't think she was going to be able to top Jimmy Fallon, because he did a great job last year, but I figured she'd do an okay job. And I was right, she did an okay job. I mean, all of the sketches were pretty funny, except for there's one Jersey Shore sketch, which was... It was really bad. I hated that sketch. So the opening number was it was pretty good. I had a good time with it. It was funny. A lot of cool cameos there. The cast of Mad Men, Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation. I love that. And then even in just the background, Andy Richter, the Mythbusters, they were all there. It was pretty cool. So there was that. There was also a pretty funny sketch featuring The Office. And new members of The Office that came in, and that was pretty funny. And Ricky Gervais had a pre-taped segment, which was pretty funny, making fun of his Golden Globes debacle, which was, honestly, I thought his hosting of the Golden Globes last year was one of the best award shows I've ever seen. I really hope he does it again. So yeah, I thought the show was suitably entertaining. It was entertaining time. The actual awards, though, listen, I like Modern Family, okay? Don't get me wrong. I really do enjoy Modern Family. I think it's a very funny show. I've watched every episode, and I keep coming back to it week to week. It does not deserve the acclaim that it is getting at these award shows. Okay, last year it won Best Comedy, and I think Eric Stone Street won Best Supporting Actor, and it probably won a couple other awards too, and that was fine. It was its first year, and a breath of fresh air, I guess. 30 Rock had won the previous 3 years, which I still maintain that 30 Rock really should have won that year too. But in any case, I can understand that. This year, though, it's fuck. It was nominated for 5 awards, and guess how many awards it won? 5. All right. It could have swept all the comedy categories, but they didn't have any nominations in lead actor and actress. I guess because they didn't submit their names in that category. Maybe they're all friends or whatever. We're all supporting, whatever. In any case, they could have swept it, and it's really ridiculous to me. It won Best Comedy Series, it won Best Writing, it won Best Directing, it won Best Supporting Actor, it won Best Supporting Actress for Ty Burrell and Julie Bowen. So, I guess my main question is, why... Okay, I already expressed my love for Community on this blog, so much so that the title sequence that I'm using right now, which is soon to be changed, I have a friend working on it for me. Um, the title sequence I'm working on right now has a song from Community playing over it. So I'm a big fan of Community. Why is it getting no recognition? None. It had no nominations this year. I don't think it had any last year, too. Which is strange to me, because that show is doing things that no other show on television is doing. Especially, I mean, best writing, best directing? Come on! Best directing, it should have won, hands down. It wasn't even nominated. Community, for A Fistful of Paintballs, or the Dungeons & Dragons episode. One of those two, I think should have easily taken the best comedy directing. That's just common sense to me. I don't see how anyone could watch those episodes and not think that they deserve the Emmy. But that's me. Instead, Modern Family won, who have basically the same directing from episode to episode. So, go figure. Yeah, so that was the comedy. I was pretty peeved about Modern Family. And in drama, okay, Mad Men, I love Mad Men. As you already know, I've been watching Mad Men. I'm like halfway through season 4 now, and it's a great season. It's a great show. Okay, I really think Boardwalk Empire should have won. If only to break Mad Men's streak, but also because, listen, Mad Men didn't win any other awards this year other than Best Drama Series. So how does that work then? If you gave Best Directing to Martin Scorsese for Boardwalk, you gave Best Actor to Kyle Chandler for Friday Night Lights, which, don't get me started on that. Steve Buscemi should have had that award. Okay? Steve Buscemi should have taken that award and shoved it up Kyle Chandler's ass. Okay. I digress. Yeah, I don't see... So, yeah, you gave Best Director to Martin Scorsese for Boardwalk. Best Actor went to Friday Night Lights. I think Best Actress went to... Who did Best Actress go to? I thought it was going to go to Elizabeth Moss, but it didn't go to Elizabeth Moss. Who did Best Actress go to? Juliana Margulies for The Good Wife. Right. Best Writing also went to Friday Night Lights. So Mad Men didn't win anything else, and yet somehow it won Best Drama, which is strange to me. Maybe you can clear that up for me, but yeah, that seems weird to me. I mean, don't get me, I love Mad Men, and I like Modern Family a lot too, but I think this year, Boardwalk Empire should have taken Best Drama, and I think Community should have at least had a shot at Best Comedy. But that's me, Oh, and Jim Parsons winning again for The Big Bang Theory over Steve Carell for The Office? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, Jim Parsons, he's a very funny guy, and The Big Bang Theory is a show that I used to like a lot, and I kind of outgrew the show. It's kind of just not my thing anymore. Whatever, people like it, it's fine. I don't see how... I don't know. Steve Carell, man. I mean, his performance in Goodbye Michael was one of the best I've seen on The Office, period. And I've watched The Office since the beginning. And Steve Carell has never won an Emmy for that show. I thought Steve Carell is a lock to win that thing, because it's sort of giving it to him for all of his work, and then for that powerhouse performance at the end. I thought, Steve Carell should have had that Emmy. That should have been his. But here we are. So that's that. And Melissa McCarthy won Best Actress for Comedy for Mike and Molly. Which, Mike and Molly, okay, granted I've never watched the show, but it looks pretty bad, and I'm thinking the only reason she was even nominated was because she was really funny in Bridesmaids. And that's all I can say about that. I mean, I really think that's the case. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know. I mean, do you know anyone who watches Mike and Molly? I've never met anyone who watches Mike and Molly. It looks like a pretty bad show, judging from, commercials and stuff. And, I mean, I think Melissa McCarthy is funny. She's really good in Bridesmaids, and I'm sure she'll have funny roles in the future. But I don't think Mike and Molly was nominated for anything else. So I think just because of Bridesmaids, they nominated her and she won. But that's me. So yeah, overall, the Emmys. It was a pretty enjoyable show, you know. Host-wise, I think Jane Lynch did a fine job, but she wasn't Jimmy Fallon, she wasn't Conan O'Brien, she wasn't as good as those guys. The actual awards, I was pretty pissed off at a lot of them, clearly. Uh, Modern Family and Mad Men, as much as I love both shows. And I mean, I really love Mad Men, so I'm fine with it winning. But I think Modern Family they have to stop giving Modern Family so many awards. It's really too much. And then, Steve Carell and Steve Buscemi should have had those Emmys. I definitely think Amy Poehler should have won Best Actress for a Comedy. Yeah, I guess that's about all I can say. So that's my reactions to the 63rd Annual Primetime Emmys. I'll probably do more of these for other award shows, namely the Golden Globes and the Oscars. That's the big one. I do love the Oscars, even though I hate them at the same time. It's a love-hate relationship I have with the Oscars. I love watching them, but I hate the awards they give out. But I definitely think Eddie Murphy could probably do a pretty good job as host this year, so I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, that'll be it. I'm seeing Moneyball this weekend. I'm seeing The Lion King 3D tomorrow, so I'll probably do a brief thing on that. I'll do what I've been watching sometime soon, and yeah, that'll be what's good. So, YouTube, I'll catch you on the flip side. Laters!